Have you ever wanted to be like Rapunzel from Tangled and just paint every blank surface in your home? Everything is a mural. Everything can be a canvas. I have seen a lot of people painting their furniture on TikTok. And now that I am an adult with my own furniture, I can finally paint what I want on it. I got this pantry off of Facebook Marketplace. I'm only gonna paint the two sides that face outward into the main room. The other side I might just slap a poster on because most of it is just covered up by my desk and I'm not going to be able to see it anyway. But the start of any successful art project begins with some planning. So let's do that.
So let's talk inspiration. I kept seeing posts like this one where people kind of like discreetly paint their furniture. Well, maybe we could take it a step further and maybe just paint the outside of the furniture as well and just kind of add a little pizzazz to it. I really love the idea of just kind of covering your house in just art and just fun things that you enjoy and that you like to look at. I really love these stars. I kind of want to put these stars like around the border. I did a couple rough sketches already, just not even rough sketches, they're like thumbnail drawings. I really wanted one whole side of this, which was kind of a suggestion from Noah as well, to be like big Monstera leaves, and I had the thought to put some like Venus flytraps in there as well because I love Venus flytraps so much, even though I'm pretty sure they're from like two different parts of the world. The world. There's one world that we're dealing with. And then on the front, I'm thinking of doing kind of like a night sky almost, with a bunch of stars, some mushrooms on the bottom part on the ground, and then just a big moth in the middle.
We made our way to the hardware store and we're gonna get some screws to actually screw the pantry into the wall. Some sandpaper so we can sand it down before I paint it, because I kind of did a little bit of a test and the paint did not stick to the... And then we're also gonna get some varnish to seal it up after we've sanded it and painted it. So it just looks shiny and nice, has a nice finish on it. Oh, we've got sidetracked already by the jungle. Oh, look, we have some Monsteras over here. Some real life reference. I would love to get a Monstera. I mean, I suppose I'm painting one. We'll have the illusion of one in the house. Ooh, kind of look like coral.
Yeah, or like pitcher plants, but like closed at the top.
Yeah. A mini Monstera. I don't even know if that's what it is.
Probably.
It's called a monster mash.
A monster mash.
Totally. I'm gonna get one of these sandpaper cubes, kind of like a sponge. Pick a nice big one. Pick a good big one. This one's 17 bucks. And these are all like 30 bucks. Well, what's the difference? Why are you so cheap, buddy?
The only one that says for paint and stains. Those ones don't say for paint and stains.
Alright, well, we'll get this one because this is for paint and stains.
Let's get this one.
Must have been in there for hours. It's dark outside. So I did some paint test swatches on the pantry just to see if I needed to actually sand all of it or if it would just work without sanding it, like the paint would just stick to the surface. But I figured sanding it was probably just a good idea in general, just to get that light layer of gloss. Anyway, I just sanded it a little bit. I did like some test swatches and it seemed to turn out good. So I'm really hopeful for when I put the varnish on it, it's not going to smudge the paint or anything, and it's just going to create a nice glossy layer. So step one, sand the whole pantry. Step two, I sketched the design all over the side of the pantry just with a pencil. I decided to make the front of the pantry the same design as the side of it. So we're doing Monstera leaves and Venus flytraps all over. I thought it would be a little bit more cohesive. After sketching this design, I am so incredibly excited to paint it. I'm so excited for how it's going to turn out. Step 3 is to paint the whole thing white. Well, not the whole thing exactly, just the parts that are going to have the design on it. I'm going for like a wood background with the leaf design on top of it. Step 4 is going to be to paint the colors on there. All of my paint supplies. Welcome to Paint Mixing with Lizzie. I decided that because I'm already kind of on a roll with the Venus flytraps that I'm just gonna finish those first. I really want to see how this like red inside of the flytrap turns out. I have literally just been listening to a podcast the whole time I've been painting this, and it has been wonderful. If you like learning about like random topics about science and nature, just go listen to Ologies. It's a really good podcast. Look at this. This looks pretty sick. So I realized that if I'm doing all of the little details of the Venus flytraps, like the little hairs on the outside, they are quite annoying to paint around. So I'm definitely going to do the area around it first and then paint those last little details on top. I think some nice thick black outlines are in order as well. I'm gonna do all the highlights on the Monstera leaves now. After that, I just think I have to do the little details on the Venus flytraps, and then this side is pretty much done for paint. I am finally done this one side of the cabinet. Thank goodness I'm not doing all 3 sides of the cabinet. Well, I'm finished with the painting on this side. We're still gonna outline it with some black Sharpie and kind of give it more of a pop. So let's do all of this again, but on the front. And it's only like half the size, so hopefully it will only take half the time. Let's go. Guys, I didn't wash my 2 paintbrushes or let them soak overnight, and now they're crusty. So step 4 was definitely the longest and most time consuming step, but that's okay because it was probably the most fun. Step 5. I'm gonna do all of the black outlines, and I'm also gonna add some little white highlights with just some white paint. I wish I had a paint pen because that would make it so much easier, like a Posca paint pen. But I'm just gonna use what I have, just use a paintbrush and some white paint and good old Sharpie. Let's go. I freaking love how this turned out. I am so happy that I just did the full Venus flytrap and Monstera design because I think it just kind of looks, like I said before, so much more cohesive. I took a picture of it to show my friends, and I realized that in kind of setting it up so that I could see both faces of the cabinet at the same time, I was like, why didn't I just do this in the first place so I didn't have to keep flipping it? Hindsight is 2020. And this brings us to our 6th and final step. Well, maybe not final step. We do have to mount the cabinet to the wall, so maybe I will include that as a step 7. But our step 6 is having to varnish it with some wood varnish so it doesn't scratch off, so it doesn't wear down. So it doesn't say anything about applying it outside. I assume you want to apply it in a well-ventilated area. I might drag this into my bathroom and just turn the fan on, turn the air purifier on. Let's go. Welcome to my bathroom. Here we go. Avoid ingestion and inhalation of vapors. I am prepared. I'm gonna turn the bathroom fan on, and I also have more protection. Ain't no way I'm losing brain cells over this. So, in conclusion, even though it did not go to my original plan, I really love how this pantry turned out. My 2 favorite colors are pink and green, so I could not have asked for a better mural idea. Good job, me. You did a good one. I think it gives off this really jungly, foresty kind of vibe, and I realized that while I was painting this, that you would never see Venus flytraps and Monsteras together in the wild, because Venus flytraps are North American and Monsteras are from Venezuela.
Even though I'm pretty sure they're from like 2 different parts of the world.
They look very symbiotic. Painted on the side of my furniture. This was such a fun process. It's such a nice way to make anything personalized. If you own a piece of furniture, go and paint it. It doesn't matter if it's just a solid color or if you draw a little design on there, graffiti your name on there, whatever. Anything you want to make it personalized. Every time you look at it, it's going to spark joy. And we all need a little bit more joy in our lives, don't we? Thank you all for following along with me on this cabinet painting project. I had such a wonderful time. All my social media links are in the description if you would like to follow me anywhere else. And if you would like to buy any of my merch, all designed by me, that link is also down in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and you will see me next time.